So, this is Mike Vanderbilt, assistant editor of Daily Grindhouse. We're going to be down at Fantastic Fest all week, watching movies and talking to some of the filmmakers behind them. Today, I'm sitting down with, why don't you introduce yourself, sir?
I'm Nick Pesce. I'm the director of The Eyes of My Mother.
Eyes of My Mother, which I saw this morning at the press screening, first one of the day. Let me say first and foremost, I love a 70-something minute running time.
Yep,
Was
so
that,
do I.
Was that, all right, now, is that something that was conscious on your part to make it a shorter film?
Yeah, I definitely am not... I don't like 2+ hour movies. Just
and that's all Hollywood's cranking out these days.
Yeah, and that's just like that's a purely taste thing. I once heard like Woody Allen say like he would never make a movie over 96 minutes, and I like that.
I agree. I say 90 is good.
Yeah.
80 is better, but couldn't you get it down to 78?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that particularly for a movie, I always joked like, hey, I could get away with making a Bellatar-paced movie as long as it's half the length of the Bellatar movie. And it's like...
Sure, absolutely.
I think, making a movie that's kind of slow and quiet, if it was 2.5 hours long, I would hate me. And I think that people are more willing to accept a quieter, slower movie and shorter.
Now, without revealing too much about the movie, one thing that I really dug about it was that not only is it a shorter running time, which is cool, but you kind of kick things off right then and there.
Yeah.
You kind of give something right there. What was the thought process behind that moment? I mean, aside from that, it fuels the rest of the story.
Yeah. I guess, I wanted the film to be just kind of this sucker punch to the gut, and it starts off fast, and you kind of just are thrown right into it, and it doesn't really let up until the very end, and in spite of it being sort of slow-paced in its filmmaking, I wanted the story to be very fast-paced and kind of we whip through this girl's life, and to keep it engaging, to keep everyone on their toes, but to not really give anyone too much of a chance to get comfortable or get situated in anything, because by the time you do, we're on to the next thing.
Now, I was expecting a foreign director when I came here because the film's in subtitles,
Yep.
but you're from New York.
Yeah, I'm from New York.
I'm from Chicago, so you guys might as well have subtitles the way you talk. What language is the movie in? How did that happen? Was it the actress?
Yeah.
And was it a choice because of the actress or because of your story?
It was both. I am not Portuguese. I'm from New York. I'm like Italian by ethnicity. The Kika, the actress who plays Francisca, I had worked with her in a music video, and there was something otherworldly about her. Like she doesn't act like Francisca in real life, but the mannerisms on her face and the way she moves and walks and holds her hands is very much Kika, and there was just this quality about her that I found captivating. She had just moved from Portugal to the States, and I thought that the character having an immigrant family and having that be another thing that further isolates her would be so interesting, that even if she does get out of this house and goes and talks to someone, there's something superficially different between her and everyone else, to the point that she literally speaks a different language. And Portuguese is a particularly beautiful language.
That it is.
And I think that it was also stylistically my favorite. At least contemporary horror films are mostly foreign, and my experience of them is watching the subtitles. So like the black and white movie with the yellow subtitles was like so ingrained as like a style thing, that it was the foreign language sort of blended a bunch of things that I was trying to do.
It's like why, like, I'm 36. It's why somebody like my age, like anything that has a grainy VHS quality, it reminds you of being 5 years old watching something that you shouldn't have watched. So
yeah.
The black and white was also part of the stylistic choice.
Totally. And, it partially is my love letter to 50s and 60s American Gothic films. I love Night of the Hunter and Straight Jacket and Psycho and all the Bill Castle movies. And it started there, but and then being able to use the black and white stylistically in ways that those directors used to do tonal things that we don't do anymore because we don't shoot in black and white. And being able to play with the expressionism of the shadows and the lighting and what's real and what's not, and playing with how grounded something is in reality, is something that was a lot more fun and tangible shooting in black and white than in colors.
So something that struck me about it being from the Midwest, Wisconsin for Chicago, is our favorite. It's Vegas with style. Milwaukee is Vegas with style. And I tweeted when I came out of there, it was like a gruesome, sad take on the Ed Gein story. Was that an influence on you?
Totally. I'm a big, this is going to come off just I'm a big serial killer buff.
We're just going to cut, but that's how the interview is going to go.
Yeah, I'm a serial killer.
Thank you.
I think that I'm a big serial killer buff in that I find the characters really, really fascinating. Ed Gein, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer.
I'll get creepy with you too. Ted Bundy's my favorite.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer's my favorite because
another Milwaukee guy.
Yeah.
The Midwest, man.
Yeah.
There's something about it.
Well,
nothing else to do in the winter.
Well, the whole thing is, Jeffrey Dahmer killed and ate 17 people. That is insane. But Jeffrey Dahmer didn't spend 100% of his time killing and eating people. He had to go about normal life and do things that a normal person has to do, and he killed and ate 17 people. And so to me, Eyes was an interesting meditation on those in-between moments. When you know what someone is capable of, I think that the banal moments in life become so much more terrifying. And I think that, like, with Ed Gein, it's what's so interesting about these stories is that they're not these people who were cold and just woke up one day and decided to kill people for the sheer lust of violence. There was like a trajectory, and Ted Bundy, his last interview before his execution is really articulate. He's really self-aware.
A law student, I believe,
and,
right?
Yeah, and he's able to explain to an extent why he did the things that he did, and hearing someone find logic for what seems so illogical is so terrifying.
We got to wrap things up, but I asked this question because, as you can see, this room is meant for karaoke. What's your karaoke song of choice when you like to do it or you're forced to do it?
Oof.
Because you have the one that you have one in the pocket that you know you can do, or at least fake your way through.
I don't even know. I'm not much of a karaoke guy.
Yeah.
It would probably be something like 80s and Journey, or like Cutting Crew.
All right,
really 80s.
Let's go with Cutting Crew. Okay, where can we see Eyes of Your Mother?
Eyes of My Mother comes out December 2nd in New York and LA, and we're platformed, so if you live in New York and LA, come and see us so we come out in more cities.
Thank you very much. We'll be checking in with you guys later. Thank you very much for the interview. I appreciate it. Oh, my pleasure.